Okay, so just when we thought all the chaos around Social Security was maybe subsiding a little bit and maybe relaxing, well, that's actually not so much true. In fact, we have a new rule as of right now that is set to go into effect in just 19 days as I host this live stream right here, right now. Well, this is going to impact millions upon millions of beneficiaries once again, and I just want to bring it to your attention here in this video, as well as possibly give a quick little recommendation on what we could do that's easy to do. It's free to do. It should only take a few minutes here. It's available to all of us. And I just want to point that out because it may come in handy, and I've talked about it before in other videos, and I just want to point it out for you because now is certainly a time where we may want to take some of these actions. So anyway, let's talk about the details of this. Now, a recent filing came in and is basically stating that this new rule would be coming into Social Security. So to be 100% fair, it has not been implemented yet. But as of August 18th, okay, so as I host this live stream now, that's only 19 days away from it now, okay? So this new rule is set to go into effect as of August 18th, okay? So this new regulatory filing within Social Security is basically stating that beneficiaries need to create a new specific PIN number for their situation. So each individual beneficiary would need to have their own PIN number, right? So personal identification number. Now, in and of itself, that seems like, okay, it's not that hard to do, right? It's like, that's fine, right? We probably all have plenty of PIN numbers out there. That's not that big of a deal. But here's the situation about this, okay? What would the PIN number be used for? For any of us that are calling into Social Security, right? So like right now, for example, we all call Social Security, we wait on hold for however long, we talk to somebody, but basically what they would want to do, and this new rule that they're talking about implementing here as of August 18th, which is, again, only about 19 days from right now, would basically state that all callers into Social Security, so when you call Social Security, need to provide this PIN number. Now, the whole purpose of this would be to implement multi-step identity verification. So that might sound like super weird, like what is that? Have you ever heard of two-factor authentication? I'm sure you've heard of it, and you probably already do this with some of your different financial accounts or something like that, or just different accounts in and of itself. A lot of these different accounts out there that they have two-factor authentication. So basically what they do is to verify that it's actually you might have like a secondary phone number attached to it or something, where they send you maybe a text message, or they call you, or they send you an email. By the way, when I say they, I'm not talking about like a human, I'm talking about like an automated system where it sends you this text and it gives you like a 6-digit PIN code, right? And then it says, what's your verification code or whatever. And then you have to go into your text messages, grab the code if you elect to get text messages, or it could be a phone call. Again, sometimes it's an email. That's maybe an option sometimes. But that's two-factor authentication, okay? I'm sure all of us have this set up somewhere. I know that I certainly do. But there's just a lot of different places that this would occur, right? So anyway, Social Security essentially wants to set up pretty much the same thing, okay? Multi-step identity verification. So in other words, what they want to do is basically have a second way of identifying the individuals that are calling in, okay? And that would be through setting up a PIN number. And again, that sounds very basic, like, yeah, fine, we can set up a PIN number, not a big deal. But here's the problem with it. They would want us to set up this unique PIN number through our My Social Security account, okay? So that's what I'm talking about here. Now, not everybody has a My Social Security account, but it is free. It's 100% free. You can do it right through the Social Security website, ssa.gov. You can sign up there. It's 100% for free. But this is where they would want all of us to sign up and get our unique PIN number to be this multi-step identity verification, okay? So that when we call Social Security, which is probably not all that often, we have that PIN number at our disposal as a second way to identify ourselves when we call them, to make sure that it's, it's obviously really us and not some other person pretending to be us and trying to get into our benefits or our accounts or something like that, okay? So that would be done through your My Social Security account. Now, here is the problem. Not everybody has a My Social Security account, and not everybody has access to set one up, okay? Now, as I said at the beginning of this live stream, if you have not set up a My Social Security account, you certainly do not need to. I'm not here to say that you should or shouldn't. Just do whatever's best for you, okay? It does not matter to me whatsoever. All I'm saying, and I'm not here to tell you what to do, okay? I just want to clarify that, but rather, if I could give one recommendation, I would certainly say you probably want to get a My Social Security account sooner than later. I've been saying this for probably the last, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months or so. I've been saying this because, well, how many changes have we seen come out so far this year, just 2025, since basically like March or so? How many changes have we seen since March that somehow, in some way, in some shape, or some form, require us to go to our My Social Security account and do something there to verify our identity, to change our direct deposit information, to get any type of official documentation, award letters, tax forms, benefit letters, anything. Okay, all of that is through our My Social Security account, right? So I've been saying this for like 6, 7, 8 months or so. I've been saying if you've ever thought about it, honestly, this would probably be the best time to do that, to set that account up. And again, it's totally free right through the Social Security website, ssa.gov. Make sure you're on the proper website and you can set up your My Social Security account. Okay, it's just a nice feature to have. You certainly do not need to. I don't really care. If you don't want to, it just doesn't matter to me whatsoever. I'm not here to tell you what to do. All I'm saying is that as much as they are pushing that, and how many different services that they're having, and basically it has to be authenticated through the My Social Security account. I'm just saying, probably a good thing to have these days, right? Especially with all these new features and the new digital Social Security cards. Again, all available through the My Social Security account. I'm just saying, maybe a really nice feature to have going forward. Okay. Anyway, this is the new rule, okay? So the new regulatory filing through Social Security is basically stating starting August 18th, okay, this is when this new rule would be implemented. All of us would need to generate this unique PIN number through our My Social Security account. And then when we call Social Security, which, like I said earlier, it doesn't happen all that often, we do call every so often, but when that would occur, we would provide the PIN number to authenticate, again, a second form of identification, to identify that it's actually us, the real us calling, and not some schmuck trying to get our information and pretend to be us, right? Especially with the implementation of AI. It's scary to see all this. In fact, I thought this was super interesting. Sam Altman, basically the person behind ChatGPT, like the kind of the pioneer into this whole chatbot AI thing from a few years ago. He was out just, I think it was last week one day. He was out basically saying, we've got like a major financial institution dilemma coming up, which is basically cloning of voices, cloning of personalities, cloning of like humans, essentially so effectively that basically they could call him and replicate our voices so perfectly that a bank would have no idea that it's us, or that it's not us, that it's AI, and they could do some major, major damage. So he was out with that warning last week. I found that to be fascinating, and we're already starting to see this. It's scary to see this. And you might be thinking, oh, you're just trying to cause drama here. I'm not. I'm just trying to say, like, this is what's happening. Okay, just look it up all over the place. So, anyway, I don't want to go off on some rant here talking about that. I'm just simply saying they're trying to implement all these different new, uh, you know, factors that are coming into play right now to protect us as the beneficiary, but not only to protect us as the beneficiary, but to protect Social Security too, so that the money within Social Security is only going to the rightful beneficiaries. And again, not some person who knows where they are trying to be somebody else and taking benefits from people, which unfortunately does happen. Okay, it's maybe not at the degree that we heard earlier this year where they were coming out saying, oh, there's, tons of fraud within the calls coming into Social Security. Okay, it's maybe not at the degree that they said earlier this year, but it certainly is something that is actually happening. So anyway, let's continue to watch this and see what happens here. I will certainly keep you posted as we get more information on this, but this is this new filing here. Let's see if they actually move forward with it and actually approve this and actually implement it. Now, I want to throw this out there super fast. How many new rules have they implemented this year only to come back literally days, weeks, hours later, months later, and come back and say, just kidding. Just kidding. We're not going to do that actually. It's been multiple. I'm honestly not even sure how many it is at this point. It's been multiple different rules that we've seen come out where they say, we're doing it starting now. It's happening. Get ready. And then, like, a short time later, oh, yeah, we're actually not going to do that now. It's happened so many times. So I wouldn't be shocked, just saying, wouldn't be shocked if they implement this and it goes on for a little while and then they find, maybe that wasn't the best thing and they roll it back. We'll see in the middle of August, okay? It's not that far away from right now. Now, here's what else I find interesting, just to give you a couple little quick statistics about this. If somebody is not able to generate this, unique PIN number through their specific My Social Security account, they would need to visit a local field office. Yes, just what all of us want to do. Visit a local field office. Not sure about you. I don't want to do that. But anyway, this would generate about 3.4 million additional field office visits per year from these individuals that would need to go there to get help with all of this because they don't have the unique PIN number to get some help with different things that they could do right through their My Social Security account or over the phone with an agent within Social Security, right? Interesting. Now, some other statistics that I found while I was doing research on this, apparently the changes that they implemented earlier this year in regards to the direct deposit information has already yielded an extra 1.9 million visits to field offices per year just because of that one change. Now, this would be an additional 3.4 million visits to local field offices because of these two changes. That's, what is that? 5.3 million more visits to local field offices just because of these two changes? Interesting, right? Do they really want that? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I'm just guessing. I think they're probably trying to get away from field office visits and probably trying to push more people into the phone system and onto their My Social Security accounts, which is very evident based on what they're doing and different recommendations and different rules and different parameters that they're filing and that they're implementing across Social Security. Make sense? Yeah, clear as mud, right? Yeah, I know, right. All right, anyway. Just want to give you this quick little update, let you know what's going on out there. Drama has certainly not subsided for Social Security. It is still very much a real thing, and I will continue to keep you updated with any more information on this. Now, I want to throw one real quick note out there. I saw a couple really stupid comments on the video from earlier this morning. Sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody, but I had a couple people reach out and said, I just called Social Security and there's no $600 raise to my check. Never said that there was, okay? I'm talking about the new stimulus that they're talking about, okay? So the video that I had out this morning where I was talking about Social Security and SSDI and SSI, survivor spousal, all of these beneficiaries, low income, that has nothing to do with a raise to monthly benefits. Just want to throw that out there really quickly, okay? So I mentioned that very clearly and nicely to the people that left those comments, but I just want to make it very clear. That has nothing to do with a raise to your benefit. All I'm talking about is clarifying the eligibility for somebody living on a fixed income benefit for the eligibility to receive that new stimulus that they're talking about right now. Watch that video if you've been wondering the answer on that question. I explained it very clearly in that video this morning. Anyway, by the way, all the very nice comments, a lot of super nice comments, very nice comments. I do my best to respond to as many as I can. Obviously, can't get to all of them. I do read the majority of them. I respond to as many as I can. But just want to throw that out there really quickly. All right. Anyway, please have a nice afternoon. Thanks again for watching this. Really appreciate it. Enjoy. And let me know what else I can do for you. Drop a comment down below. Just give me your feedback. Let me know what else I can do for you. Anything else you have questions about, what I can clarify for you, just let me know, and I'll do my very best. All right. Enjoy. Have a good one, and I'll see you again later. And we'll get into it. We'll get into the chat again sometime here in a different video. All right. See ya.